Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sakib Al-Hasan. My ID is 201353044. Section C. My presentation topic is detection of a structure query language injection vulnerability in web-driven database application. Now I tell about my research paper topic: research gap, problem statement, research objective, research contribution, summary of the methodology, limitation of the research paper, and parameter of the result. Now I can tell about the research gap. In this research paper, here is some gap. In this paper, here website protect by the .NET framework, PHP and Java, but here do not tell about the Node.js framework, Go language, and that their framework Golang. Golang is the most powerful framework and it is used to the Google search engine. So in this research we do not protect the search engine which framework is Golang. I think it is the research gap of my research paper. Now I can tell about the problem statement. In this research paper, here use the subsequence algorithm. In this algorithm, the name of kernel. Here the research paper use the subsequence. We know that the subsequence is not continuous check of the string, so it is very harmful for the website. The user their password as a string. When the hacker attack the SQL, they find the string easily. Now I can tell about the research objective. In the SQL injection, one of the server web application thread that massive of the data. It show many existing solutions are not able to SQL attack of similar pattern. Now I can tell about the summary of my methodology. At first, the tool going the speed URL of the target application, then the structure is P. For the every P contains the element of L. L can represent submit or log in like HTTP get or post data M. So my equation is P is equal to L1, L2 and N, then A1, A2 and AN and so on, M1, M2 and MN. Upon constructing the internal structure compressed of A is P, the tool will attempt to find future vulnerabilities target linked by T, comparing the internal structure pattern of T with prefer the data D. The equipment with the tool of as it represent by equation 2 is T is equal to L1, L2, Ln, A1, A2, An, M1, M2, Mn, D is equal to L such that V1 and Ln such that Vn, A such that V1 and An such that Vn, M such that Vn and Mn such that Vm. It is my second equation, where the such that V1 and such that Vn denotes the assignment of values associated with T level L. From the action A and metadata is M. Having satisfaction all the contents in equation 2, the tool will the target T level L action A and metadata to generate the request by R. R by appending SQLIA at the end of the request specification request, and as it represent the equation 3 is R is equal to L1, L2, Ln A1, A2, AN, M1, M2, Mn and SQLIA. It is my third equation. Once attacked successfully, the request equation, the response of the T will be initially represent in the two structure. Normal ones, the attack is successfully launched, request equation. The PR is equal to L1, L2, Ln, A1, A2, An, M1, M2, Mn and structure configuration or internal abnormality. PR SQLI LEA, SQLE2, SQLEN and DBE1, DBE2 and DBEN and B and T1, T2 and Tn, where SQLE is the SQLE query related error, DBE is the database server related error, B is the containing the blind SQLIV, T is the page containing number tautology SQLIVS. If test model for internal structure comprehension pattern T match is the model equation 4. The predict that is not vulnerable, so SQLI A, otherwise T is considered vulnerable to SQLI A match any expansions. Now I can tell about the research contribution. The structure query language is very important for the web application and it controls the customer data. Nowadays, the SQL injection attack threat is very challenging to maintain the customer of the data. The SQL injection attack by very dangerous top 10 security attack cause. This attack is broken the whole database of web application. Every year, over 64% SQL injection attack of the any web application. For example, Google, Amazon, Yahoo reportedly observe average 1800 to 1300 injection attempt the SQL injection attack per hour. On the report, about 70% attack in global application. Now I can tell about the parameter of the result. The white box approach detect of the SQL injection and XSS vulnerabilities in the target application. The result of valid query performed to the control flow analysis and applied to the input validation. The proposed approach is limited to HTTP post and GET parameter, which can detect potential vulnerabilities to store the procedure and cookies. Now I can tell about the summarize of the result. The crawler uses tautology of the interface SQL injection attack types to trigger the existing vulnerabilities in the test bed efficiently. Then we used the HTTP GET method to respond of the SQL injection vulnerabilities based on the returned SQL error related queries. The crawler is equipped with survival attack playhood to trigger existing vulnerability but failed to the detect existing vulnerabilities. In this case, where the SQL error related query is concerned upon receiving suspicious result. Now I can tell about the significance of my research paper. Here this researcher use the subsequence of the string algorithm whose name is kernel, but I use the substring algorithm whose name is KMP. In the SQL attacker cannot found the substring because substring is continuous of the letter. Now I can tell about the research paper of limitation of the research paper. However, Unlike in banned SQLi, SQL injection is just dangerous as any other form of SQL injection until it can consuming for attacker. In the interface SQLi attack, no data was actually sent through her web application, and the attacker could not see the result of the bank attacker. In test, an attacker can construct the database structure by sending a playhood, observing the web application represent and observing the resulting behavior of my database server. Thank you everyone. Thank you sir.